This is the ultimate test. I am testing the most forgiving irons of 2023 as voted for by club golfers. All the big brands are in there, but I'm thinking this, could there be an unexpected winner in here? And we're on a par 3. How many can hit the green? How close can I hit it? This is the ultimate test. So we're testing the Callaway Paradigm iron. Now, this is one I've been excited to test. Everybody has been raving about this. Next on our list, the highly rated Stealth. Now this beauty, the Titleist T350. It just looks super premium, right? The Mizuno JPX 923 hot metal. Finally, the PING G430. Now this one is a club golfer favorite. So many people buy these. When they think forgiveness, people think Ping. Let's get straight into this test. Now, I'm excited to see what results we get. We're using data to see how far these go. What is the longest iron? What is the most forgiving iron in terms of dispersion? Also, what does it sound like? What does it feel like? And what does it look like? Because this all goes into what makes the ultimate iron of 2023. Now, I'm going to say right now, we've got one of these universal shafts. So we're using the exact same shaft. All we're doing is just changing the head to make this test as fair as absolutely possible. Now, we're going to hit 3 shots with every single iron. And I've actually thought about this long and hard. I'm going to leave in even the bad shots, because forgiving irons are made for club golfers, right? Are made for people to help them improve their game. So we don't just want the good shots, we want absolutely everything in this to give it as fair as test possible. Okay, so Paradigm is first up. Now, when I place this down, the head does look slightly bigger, slightly thicker top line, but for what I would call a game improvement forgiving iron, I actually really like the look of this. Even the shelf appeal from the back, I like the detailing and this sort of blue area and the top here. Very, very nice looking iron. Even though the profile as I look at it here is very big, when you place it down, I don't get that vibe at all. And I think that's a genius bit here. Okay, first ball away. I'm intrigued to see how far this one goes. That felt peachy. I didn't even feel it. First one away there, 157, carry. It's a cold morning, but I didn't even feel that. This thing looks really nice and forgiving down the ball. I'm gonna echo what I said. It doesn't look overly big. It just looks friendly. The first shot away, 157. I'm gonna lie, I was sort of expecting a little bit further with that, but maybe it's the cold. We hit the green. So first off, it's getting 2 ticks so far. Shot 2 there was a little bit heavy, I'm not gonna lie. We still hit the green. That one carried 145, straight down the flag. Going on to the final shot. Now this one felt absolutely pure. It just felt like it springboarded off the face. This one carried 165. So the Paradigm Callaway iron all hit the green, looks very good. And this was voted number 5 on the list. What do you think of this? Is this worthy of number 5? Is this should be higher? And with each and every one of these, don't forget, these are voted for by club golfers. And I'm going to say which is my favourite iron of 2023 in this game improvement forgiving category. I like that. I think 5's a little harsh on that one. Right, we're now moving into the Stealth iron. I'm going to say right now, the shelf appeal compared to the Callaway, I'm just going to put my opinion out there, I don't think it looks as good. I feel like this looks a little bit clunkier. And as I place it down, the overall profile looks a little clunkier. Now, in my opinion, as I keep saying, a game improvement iron should have all those properties, but I just think it shouldn't look too clunky. And for me, as I place that down, the offset, the top line, and the fact that you can sort of see, when you place it down, the back edge of the club slightly gives it that bigger, oversized look. And in my opinion, that's just not something that I like. But that doesn't mean to say that it doesn't perform. I'm going to say, straight away out of these two, Callaway, looks-wise, personally, is my favourite so far. I finally realised what I don't like about the back of this. It's the different pieces of plastic. It just gives it a bit of a cheaper look. Whereas on that Callaway, it was sort of all the same sort of, I don't know, look, material, feel, quality. Just sort of looks a big difference in here. My opinion, but what do you think? Okay, I'm intrigued because you think of Taylormade, don't you? You think of absolute rocket distance. I'm intrigued. I'm anticipating this is going to go further. So let's get 3 balls away. Again, distance dispersion are the key factors here. Looks-wise, not as good for me. Oh my, that has absolutely gone. Right, 3 shots away. The first one, I felt that was absolutely nutted, but only went 155. Shot 2 went 160, and shot 3 went 168. All 3 shots again, exactly the same as the Callaway, hit the green. Now, one thing that I actually do prefer of this, which I'm going to say is surprising due to the fact that it's got quite a bit of plastic and the look of it, the sound of it when you're tapping the back, the actual sound when you're hitting the shot is quite nice. It is really quite nice. So the Stealth, wow, 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 it does perform. But how does that stack up against the Callaway? Well, the overall, okay, between the Callaway and the Taylormade is sitting at 161 with the Taylormade average carry compared to 156 with the Callaway. Okay, interesting results so far. Let's move on to number 3 on this list. This is the 3rd most popular iron, as voted for by you guys of 2023. But what do I think? Now we're on to a club that I wouldn't associate, actually a brand that I wouldn't associate with forgiveness. The Titleist. Titleist you think of, like, especially when I was a junior golfer, as a player's iron. Well, this T350 gives the look of a player's iron when you place it down. It looks an absolute beaut, but it has all the forgiveness of a forgiving iron, all the technology, the slightly bigger head. Now, one thing that I love about this, the looks, and could this be the unexpected one? I'm intrigued. It's got a lot to beat, hasn't it? It's got a lot to beat. But look at this, right? Look at the back of this club. Even though I'm going to say this, oh, Titleist, it sounds a little plasticky. That shelf appeal, how they've tried to make it look like the back of a CB or an MB, just with this bigger profile. Good job. Good job. I like it. Placing it down, this is something that I love, and I think Titleist have nailed this. It gives you a slightly bigger look, but a thinner top line to the Stealth and the Paradigm, and a look of a club that isn't made for, like, total forgiveness. It just looks friendly, and that's a word that I want to associate with an iron like this. It looks friendly, not clunky. Don't want that clunky look. Now, one thing I'm going to be really intrigued about this club is, how does it sound? Don't let me down. This thing looks a beaut, but will it sound okay? 3 shots away, first one went 165. And actually, to be fair, the sound was really, well, okay. Didn't sound too clunky with that back plastic edge. So first one went 165. We had a club head speed of 91.5 and a ball speed of 122.9. The second shot went 162 and the third shot went 161. Now, in terms of dispersion, that is the tightest grouping we have had overall between the Taylormade, the Callaway and the Titleist. And it sits the Titleist at number 1 right now. So the running order so far, we've tested 3 irons, goes Titleist, Taylormade and Callaway. Next up on our list, and this is one I'm very excited to test, because if you think irons, everybody says get a Mizuno iron. Well, should we? As voted for by club golfers, number 2 on our list, the JPX 923 Hot Metal. Now looks, I'm honest, I've never hit a Mizuno iron before. All of you guys were saying on my best driver review of 2023, Alex, you've got to try the Mizuno. So I've listened to you, I found the data, and this is what everybody's saying is number 2. Now, touch test, I don't get any plasticky sort of feeling with this. That looks the best, doesn't it? Let's be brutally honest. That looks like a proper iron. Now, Mizuno, I know, are made or known for making irons, and they've truly done a lovely job with this. So, shelf appeal, Looks really good. I feel like this is going to sound probably the best too. Don't get that sort of plasticky sort of look to the back of the club, or even sound when you tap it. And placing it down, it looks exactly the same in the sense of friendly, like the Callaway did, and like the Titleist did. This looks the best. This looks an absolute beaut. I like the little detailing on the top as well. It's a nice touch where you got a little bit of shine in there, but a little bit of a matte finish. This looks like, I don't want to say compact, because golfers who are looking for an iron that is forgiving don't want that compact look, but it gives that real, I can't describe the word really, but it just looks good. Let's hit this first one away. I'm excited about this. As I say, I've never hit a Mizuno club before. I am very, very intrigued. That was absolutely munched. It went straight over that flag. So that ball speed was 126, club head speed of 93.5 and 159 in total. That sounded just like a proper forged iron. It didn't sound like a clunky, cast, forgiving iron. Let's just listen to that again, because that sounded an absolute beaut. Second shot went 158 and third shot 161. Now it's actually a really tight grouping there from 159 on the first to 161 on the last. Now you might sort of notice my body language on that last shot. I was like a nodding dog. I was like, yeah, this thing is good. And it looks good, but looking at the data now, it's not up there. It's really not. So the running order right now in reverse is Callaway, then the Mizuno, then Taylormade Stealth, and then Titleist. Titleist is still up there. I'm going to say by quite a bit of way as well. Now, looks, this thing is up there for me. Looks, this thing is well and truly up there. But we've still got one more to go. We've got the PING iron coming next. Now, as voted for by club golfers, the PING G430 is sitting at number 1. But I'm going to say right now, and please don't hate me for this, it looks awful. It just looks clunky, it looks awful. I mean, compared to all the others in this running order, right? All of them had this sort of almost flush and hollow head sort of design. This doesn't have that. We have that cavity, and for me, just looks a little bit old-fashioned. This plastic in the middle, I know it's part of the design, the sort of carbon fibre look, but it looks like it doesn't fit together. It really doesn't look like it fits together. It's not something that I like the look of, and when I place it down, it just looks the biggest. It looks the most offset, which I know, I'm keeping this in my mind, that this is about a forgiving iron. But what I want you to think about here is you want the best looking iron that's going to give you the best results. For me, at the minute, this isn't the best looking iron. But the big question is, does it give us the best results? Can it knock Titleist off the top? Right now, it's a little bit unexpected that that one is up there. Remember, Titleist produce players' iron. Oh, it went like a rocket. It's got to be the longest. Final club away there, the PING G430. I was expecting big things in this iron, but distance-wise, we had the first one that went like a rocket, flew like a rocket. Then the next shot went 156, and the final one, 151. Now that really did surprise me. I thought it would be a lot higher up in terms of distance. One thing I would say, it did seem like it was spinning a lot, and the noise, not good. Did not like that noise. So how does that leave us? Now, everything that I want you to think about a forgiving iron, you want the club to hit the shot you're trying to hit, even on slight miss hits. So off the toe, off the heel, slightly thin. You also want it to look forgiving as you place it down. But one thing that I always say to all my golfers, you've got to like the look of the iron. You've got to like the look of it. It doesn't want to look clumpy. It wants to look like something that's inviting. So let's go through the list. Now, final point, we said we were on the par 3 here. Every single shot, bar like 1 or 2 that are on the fringe, all hit the green. So for me, we're looking at that one variable now, distance. So in terms of distance, this is the running order. In number 5, we had the Callaway Paradigm iron. In number 4, which again, as I say, really did surprise me, we had the PING G430. I thought that'd be way further up there. Coming in at number 3, we had the Mizuno. Now this thing looked the best. I put that down, it looked the best down behind the ball, it had the best look behind and the best sound. But only good enough for number 3. Coming in at number 2, we had the Taylormade Stealth, everything that I didn't like about a forgiving iron, but performed. And finally, surprisingly, Titleist TS350 came in at number 1. Now you think of Titleist, you think players iron, you think very good golfer iron. Now that's why for me this is very surprising. What you get from this iron is all the technology of a forgiving club, but with the looks of like a CB or an MB, just in a slightly clumpier feel. But as you place it down, I said this during the review, it looked a beaut. So there we go, in my opinion, coming in at number 1 is the Titleist iron of 2023, giving you the best all-rounder in terms of forgiveness, looks and sound. I thought the Mizuno would be up there, but it didn't just do it for me. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let me know what you think of this running order.